Motorsport TV Live, brought to you by Motorsport Tickets, the dedicated motorsport experiences provider.
Hello and welcome to Motorsport TV Live. I'm Diana Binks with all the latest motorsport news. Aston Martin appoints new Formula One team principal. Sunderland and Al-Attiyah secure Dakar victories. And Daly confirmed for full IndyCar season. All those stories and more coming up here on Motorsport TV Live. Former BMW Motorsport boss Mike Krack has been appointed as the new team principal of Aston Martin in Formula One following the departure of Otmar Szafnauer earlier this month. Krack has followed a similar career path to McLaren team boss Andreas Seidel, having worked with BMW in Formula One early in his career before gaining experience in other categories. He joined Sauber in 2001 and rose to the position of chief engineer in the works BMW era and spent some time working with current Aston driver Sebastian Vettel. He left Sauber in 2009 and had spells in Formula 3 and the DTM before joining the Porsche World Endurance team as head of track engineering in 2012, working alongside Seidel. He returned to BMW in an engineering role in 2014, rising to the position of head of race and test engineering, operations and organisation in 2018. Krack will work under the direction of team owner Lawrence Stroll and group CEO Martin Whitmarsh, who was appointed late last year. Marcin Budkowski, whose departure from Alpine was announced yesterday, had earlier been linked with an Aston Martin role. British rider Sam Sunderland secured his second Dakar Rally Bikes crown as he clung on to his slender advantage on Friday's final stage of the Saudi Arabian event. Despite running second on the relatively short 164-kilometre run from Bisha to Jeddah, Sunderland did enough to maintain his advantage to the finish, losing just half of his 7-minute advantage to stage winner Pablo Quintanilla from Chile. It marks Sunderland's second triumph on the Dakar, adding to his 2017 success. Matthias Waltner completed the overall podium behind Quintanilla. Sunderland had controlled the 2022 edition of the Dakar most of the way, first seizing the advantage on stage 2. Then a difficult stage 7 dropped Sunderland down the order, but he soon fought back to win stage 8 and take back the top spot. He was headed by Adrian van Beveren after stage 10, but a close second on the penultimate stage proved to be the decisive blow in the fight for overall honours. Van Beveren, who slipped 15 minutes behind Sunderland on stage 11, finished 4th overall, with Joan Barrida rounding out the top 5. And the remainder of the top 10 remained unchanged, with Mason Klein finishing in 9th, sealing the top rookie spot. And Nasser Al-Attiyah was crowned a 4-time Dakar Rally champion following a dominant run to victory in the cars category. After near misses in the previous 2 years, Al-Attiyah led the 44th running of the Dakar from start to finish in the new Toyota Hilux, eventually taking the top honours by nearly 28 minutes from Sebastian Loeb. The Qatari driver won only 2 of the 12 stages, both in the first week, but showed remarkable consistency throughout the event, while his rivals fell by the wayside with navigational errors or mechanical issues. The result makes Al-Attiyah the second most successful driver in the history of Dakar's cars category, tied with Finland's Ari Vatanen and only behind Stefan Petter-Hansel's tally of 8 wins. Finishing a safe 17th in the short final stage, the 51-year-old clinched a Dakar win for the first time since the rally moved to Saudi Arabia, with his previous 3 successes coming during its previous era in South America. Second place marked Loeb's joint best finish in Dakar, but an overall win continues to elude the 9-time WRC champion after 6 attempts in the last 7 years. Saudi driver Yassid Al-Rahij was the best of the independents, finishing behind Loeb on the overall podium in 3rd place. Dmitry Sotnikov of Russia won the trucks category for the 2nd consecutive year, with Alexandre Giroux of France claiming his first Dakar victory in the quads. Now stay with us, we have more from the world of motorsport coming right up. Lots of great racing series action coming up for you in 2022 with plenty of opportunities for motorsport fans to really get involved. Now, Ed Carpenter Racing has announced it has signed Conor Daly as a full-time driver for the 2022 IndyCar season. Daly, who drove at the road and street courses during the past 2 seasons, while team owner Ed Carpenter contested the ovals, will now take over the entry for the entire 2022 season. It will be Daly's first full-time ride with the same team since his 2017 campaign with AJ Foyt Racing, having split duties between the Carpenter and Carlin teams in 2020 and 2021. The 30-year-old led the Indy 500 at one stage last year and has had 8 starts at the famous Brickyard out of 80 IndyCar events across a stop-start career. He will partner Dutchman Rinus VeKey, who stays on board for a 3rd season, while the team will expand to 3 entries for Ed Carpenter at May's Indy 500. The team said details of Carpenter's participation in IndyCar's 3 remaining oval races may come at a later date. And Red Bull Junior drivers Dennis Hauger and Hauger and Daruvala will drive for Prema Racing in this year's FIA Formula 2 Championship. Reigning Formula 3 champion Hauger will remain with the team for the step up to Formula 2, while Daruvala joins the Italian outfit from Carlin, where he finished 7th in 2021. Fellow Red Bull driver Liam Lawson will join Carlin from High Tech, and Prema has also announced that Jack Crawford will join its Formula 3 lineup alongside fellow rookie Ollie Bierman and Arthur Leclerc, the first full lineup to be confirmed for this year. The 16-year-old American joins from High Tech Grand Prix, having finished 13th with 1 podium in his rookie season. He will also compete in Formula 3 in Asia. 6-time MotoGP world champion Marc Marquez has admitted his doctors didn't know how long it would take him to recover from his latest eye injury. Marquez was forced to miss the final 2 rounds of the 2021 season when a concussion suffered in a motocross training incident led to a return of the double vision issues he'd previously experienced in 2011 after a Moto2 crash. Marquez's recovery progressed sufficiently enough for him to return to motorcycle training this week. When asked by motorsport.com how worried he was over the winter about his injury, he replied, "Of course, the recovery of an injury like this on this vision is not something you can place. And the doctor didn't say to me, you will be fine in 3 months, 6 months or 1 month. I mean, it's something that even the doctors don't know." So it was tricky, but step by step it was coming better. But when you have this kind of injury, everything is on the table. I mean, surgery is on the table, time is on the table, and the possibility to not ride a bike is on the table. But especially the last month started to be better and better, and when I started to feel better 1 week ago, I started cycling a bit. Then I start with the mountain bike cycling and the feeling was good. And that's a wrap from Motorsport TV Live. Thank you from Bryn, Rachel, Chris and myself and the whole team for joining us. We've really enjoyed the journey. Until next time, goodbye.